Felt like the problem is pronouns. It's I, it's you, it's my. It's the self-centered perspective of life is happening to me and I am processing it and I am working with it and I am here and everything is out there. And that whole construct is what you were looking at. That whole construct, in a sense, is the wall. And yet, it's so difficult for us to speak without using the bricks in the wall. So, Casey started out talking about checking out the teachings for ourselves. The teachings are raising the great question, what am I? What is this self that's checking out the teachings? But the line from the Temple Rules that says, if you can break the walls of yourself, you're already infinite in time and space. And every time I hear that line, I think the problem is the pronouns. It's not myself, it's self. So if you can break the walls of self-centeredness, then already infinite in time and space. But if we say, I'm infinite in time and space, we're using a limit, which is I, and then we're saying that's infinite. So we get stuck. All we can do is come back to not knowing. And we sit and we breathe and we watch. And here I'm doing it now myself. We do this, we do that. When actually there's just the experience of seeing. And then I make something out of what I see. And then I creates a framework to understand the world. I mean, we talk about this a lot. The brain uses, our consciousness uses a lot of approximation and a lot of what it remembers from the past in order to understand the present. It's all self-reflective. And yet, there are moments where myself falls away. And there's sound, there's experience, and there's responsiveness. But it's not so I-centered. Now, those experiences, some can say are often, some will say they're rare. I suppose that each one of us, it depends on our experience. But the important thing is the recognizing how we speak about it and frame it creates the problem that we're trying to break through. So as Casey was speaking, I was remembering the very famous phrase from Dogen. And he said, to study Buddhism is to study the self. The way it's translated, it doesn't say to study myself. It's to study Buddhism is to study, I'll even get rid of the. To study Buddhism is to study self. To study self is to forget the self. To drop the self-centeredness. To forget the self is to be enlightened by the myriad things. And in that last line, the separation between me and myriad things breaks apart. That speaks to this search for breaking the walls of self. Again, it's not myself, it's constructed self.